So welcome, Jeff. He's just coming off the heels of running the Moab 240. This is his first attempt at the 200-mile plus distance. Is that correct, Jeff?
Yeah, that is my first time going that far.
Yeah, I can hear the enthusiasm for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about how's your recovery going now. I know this.
My legs feel my legs feel pretty good. Like I really managed the week after. I really was pretty strict on diet, and so that really helped like get rid of inflammation, recover. I just slept a lot. I took 5 full days off after the race, and like just slept 10 or 12 hours a night, and was just really deep fatigued. Like you're I think because you missed sleep for a couple nights, you know, I was really like just kind of just emotionally, spiritually, physically tired. And so I listened to that. I slept and I ate really, really well. I didn't eat any junk for the first week. And then I kind of woke up. So I finished on a Sunday afternoon. And that following Saturday, I woke up Saturday morning after like 11 hours of sleep. And I woke up without my alarm. I sat up in bed at like 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. And I'm like, I'm going to go for a bike ride today and lift weights. So I got up, I went and did an hour bike ride on my gravel bike. And then I lifted weights, light dumbbell workout. If anybody follows me on Instagram, it's my Tough 24 workout. I did that with really light weights. And I felt awesome after that. I was like, oh man, I flushed everything out. I was moving again. And I was like, I kind of felt normal again. And so then I was able to, I rode for 5 days straight. And then on Tuesday, so this would have been about 9 days. 9 days after the race, I ran for my first time. I went to my son's run club and ran easy with them. They did a workout, but Irish jogged during the workout, and because they were doing intervals. And I just jogged through that, ran like a little like 3.3 miles or something. And then I biked the next day, and then I ran on Thursday again. And I've run, and then this last 13 days after the race, after I finished the race, no, excuse me. Yeah, 13 days after I finished the race, I paced Mike McKnight on the Arizona Trail on Saturday for 20 miles. So 13 days after a 240. Now it was easy pace. Obviously, we're hiking a lot, and it was a big climb day, so we were hiking a lot more. But I went and did 5,000 feet of climbing in 20 miles in about 5 hours and 45 minutes.
Nice, yeah, and it was effortless.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. I mean, I felt a little bit of like fatigue in my hips still a little bit, and my mid back from wearing a pack. Like I'm still a little tight. Like I got a massage last week, and I still got a little bit of like a trap thing. Overall, like my legs feel pretty good. You know, I think I'm still a little.
You're like, not peaking. Mentally. You're not peaking yet.
No, I can tell the adaptation isn't fully set in yet. But I feel pretty good, you know, overall. Like I'm not like groggy or mentally tired anymore. That was only for about 5 days. Once I kind of caught up on sleep, I feel like everything kind of clicked again. So I've been kind of back with it, and that's been good.
Yeah. Do you take naps?
No. I mean, if I don't get enough sleep at night, sometimes I'll take a quick power nap. Yep. But that's very rare. You know, like we're talking like, you know, maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Yeah,
when you're in one of these deep recovery phases after a run, if you instead of hitting the coffee, hit the nap, because that's usually what happens is like, you know, you go through your morning and late morning, early lunch, you'll have early midday, you'll have a lunch or late breakfast, and then you'll hit that really tired phase, and that's a lot of that has to do with your HGH kicking in, because you get a surge in HGH after these things as part of that whole thing when you're fat adapted. And so you really want to go with that if you can, because it really leverages, you know, not just the recovery, but the super compensation, you know, the adaptive stuff. So but I think I did take a nap or two the first week, if I remember right. It's kind of hazy.
So
Yeah, but see, the fact that you were sleeping 10, 12 hours a night or whatever you were sleeping, that's also part of that HGH surge. And you're going to continue that for the next week or so. I mean, for a 240, it's probably a 2 or 3 week process. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm ready to train again. Like
yeah.
hard.
And then I'm still not like super motivated to train hard yet. Like I like getting out every day. So I've just been getting out and just kind of going with it. Like yesterday, I only ran like 4.5 miles, it was like 45 minutes and I just went really easy and just went for an easy trail run. So I'm not really training hard or anything. Obviously it's only been, 2.5 weeks, but I'm back kind of running regularly again.
Yeah. So, you're doing this at age 51 now?
Yes.
Okay. And one of the things I think is really germane to the audience and people to know is like I said, you're top 5, arguably top 5 in the world in terms of the 100-mile plus mountain specialty ultra running. But as I pointed out to you, looking at your ultra sign up results and knowing you've done also within that, some other things like your double rim to rim to rim, and a few other things, Wonderland route attempt, you're in that top 5 at 51. Now, and most of these guys are 15 to 20 years younger than you. You're doing way more big events than they are. I mean, like I said, when you look at your ultra sign up stuff from Hard Rock 2021 to Hard Rock 2022, both of which you placed 5th at, you were doing something every 6 to 8 weeks, something big.
Yeah, I race a lot.
You raced a lot, and I don't think anybody else is racing at that volume, at that much, because with that whole thing about OFM shifting the balance of damage, recovering from the damage to focusing on the super compensation, the adaptive stress you get, the hormesis you get from that event to getting stronger, you're actually back at peaking between 5 and 7 weeks after every big event. Now, maybe this one might take a little longer. You might be like more on the 7 week to peak again, but to talk about that a little bit and how you feel in that, because you're sort of been in that zone for the last year and a half, every 5 to 7 weeks.
I really have. I mean, I just don't, I feel like I bounce back pretty quickly and I'm kind of motivated and ready to do something else again. So I'm also not getting like the burnout mental fatigue that you sometimes get in ultras from doing too many races. Yep. Some people just lose their motivation, which is a sign of overtraining.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of physiological underpinnings for the mental, emotional burnout. Because
agreed.
I think the body really does know it's burnt out.
Yeah. And I felt really good. Like I just feel strong again and I recover pretty quickly. I think that's definitely, I mean, I would say this if we're talking OFM and that approach, I definitely notice a difference compared to my former self in my mid and early 40s and late 30s. I definitely recover way faster and bounce back faster on OFM. I see that.
And that's certainly not because of age, because everybody knows when you get older, it takes longer to recover.
Totally. And that's what everyone talks about is like how it takes longer to recover. But one of the things I've seen as a coach, I coach a lot of OFM and a ton of my athletes are doing OFM and most of them are in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s. And a lot of them are veteran ultra runners or have been around the sport a while. And, they're getting older and they're not recovering and they're gaining weight. And they're just like, they're coming to me to like kind of really focus on this OFM thing and try it out. And once they try it out, they're like, wow, the recovery on this is amazing. And to get that consistent message over and over and over again, it's really consistent. Like, especially with anyone who's a veteran ultra runner or somebody who's been around the block a little bit and knows what
ultra
they feel
endurance, ultra endurance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
they know
marathon.
they know what they feel like after a 100 miler or a 50 miler or 100K. And when
or even a marathon. I mean, most people doing high carb on a marathon or take a month off.
Yeah. And so like, I'm seeing people just bounce back really fast. I'm seeing them, get down to get lean again in their 60s, or I've even had an athlete, say, I didn't think I could get this lean at 60 in my 60s, so, and, even had a wife in the background, because I was on speakerphone, in the background say, thanks, Jeff Browning, because the guy got her husband lean again. Like he didn't have a gut anymore. So, like there's this huge auxiliary benefit to this lifestyle shift of just feeling clear-headed, consistent energy, weight maintenance. As you know, we all gain a little weight as we get older. That's kind of like the norm for people. And on OFM, I don't see that.
The mental shift or aha moment people need to make in this, and you certainly know this from an experiential level, is it's not that you actually recover faster, it's because you haven't done the damage you need to recover from.
Right. And I think that's an important piece that I think at least my experience is that and I have to say this. And sometimes when people are like, well, what's the mechanism? And we've talked with Jason Koop about this too. And what's the exact mechanism? It's at the end of the day, for me, it's like, I'm not a scientist. So I don't really care what the mechanism is.
You are a scientist. You're experimenting on yourself.
Well, what I'm saying is, what I mean by that, my point here is that I don't really care what the mechanism is. What I'm getting is consistent data from my athletes that says I recover faster. My experience is that I recover faster, and I've been an ultra runner for X amount of years, and I've done this X amount of hundreds and ultras, and I recover way faster. I have less inflammation, and I bounce back, and I'm able to maintain body, like good healthy body weight, and all of those things. And so whatever that mechanism is, I don't care if you're doing less the oxidative stress to the system initially, just in general, or whether it's a cleaner fuel. It doesn't matter what the mechanism is. I'm seeing the same experience over and over and over again. And I think that's the important piece of this, is that at the end of the day, people want to feel better. They want to recover fast. And if you can recover faster, you can train more, you can train better, and you're going to feel better. And that's what matters, is that you feel better and that you're recovered and you're not inflamed. And if you can keep your inflammatory response down, you're going to perform better, you're going to feel better, you're going to recover faster, and you're going to be back to training faster, and your mental state's going to be in a better place. So I think there's we can get into the weeds, but at the end of the day, that's what really matters to people. That everyday ultra runner out there, the middle of the back of the pack ultra runners, and the people who just want to do this as a lifestyle, it matters that we recover and we can keep doing what we love to do.